All right, you've got to stop. You've got to stop this right now, kick streamers. Okay, I'm talking about you. You know I'm talking about you, but you got to stop it right now, or you are never going to grow your channel. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What you got to stop doing. So basically, I'm making a whole series of videos, not only how to grow your channel on Kick, but you are following along with me and my buddy Total Tool, how he's growing his Twitch channel and I'm growing my Kick channel. And I've literally watched, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 videos now on this exact topic. And actually some of them in my channel, you'll see me sort of react to and talk about some of my favorite ones. But there's something I found that all you need to stop that have the 0 and the 1 viewer or the 2 viewers. And I understand where you're at because I started straight from scratch on Kick 2 weeks ago. So let's talk about what you need to stop doing right now before you ruin your channel. So we're going to talk about the things you got to stop doing right now. So I spent last night and the night before hours watching streamers on Kick, basically that had 0 viewers or 1 viewer, and about 75 to 80%, I started seeing a pattern. And this is what you've got to stop doing. It's basically, you've got to stop looking so amateurish. There's no production value to your production. Remember, as a streamer, part of the job is entertaining people. You got to be you, and people come to you because they like you. Very few of us are cracked out gamers that can do amazing things, but most of us are, well, we're people, and people like other people. And you've got to bring yourself out so people will come to you. But in that, you've got to look professional. They got to see you and hear you. I saw people who had cameras down at the bottom left, basically just stretched out really too wide where it was distorted, you know, and their face was like all stretched out. And then they had mics that couldn't hear them and the whole production value. So you've got to like use something like OBS, and you got to get you some basically overlays, because the overlays just tidy everything up. It compartmentalizes everything, and they don't have to be too fancy. You actually can find free ones on the internet, but you can actually go to sites and purchase some. One of the great sites is this Owned. You can pay basically like $50 a year, and these are not a sponsor of mine at all. Total Tool uses them. I've talked about them in my other channels. Total Tool has a Twitch channel. Total Tool is also having a channel on YouTube going through how to grow his audience through basically YouTube and a couple other things. But he uses this and he says it's fantastic. And they have all kinds of different themes basically you can go through. Another one is Video Bolt. They got a whole bunch of different things you can use. You can actually make intro videos on Video Bolt. They've got overlays you can use. So they're another resource, and I have personally use them. So that's just another way to make yourself look a little more professional and have that higher production value. So another thing you got to do is basically get some alerts and get some widgets. With Kick, there's an awesome tool. It's basically called botrix. I don't know how you pronounce it, to be honest with you. It's a mystery. Anyway, the links will be down below. You also see on this website here. So basically, it's a little weird when you're on Kick. You have to sign in with your Twitch logon, but you'll scroll down and you'll see Kick, and there'll be a settings button. You click on it, it'll basically switch over to your Kick. And first thing you want to do is basically, it's not go to alerts, but you'll go over to basically your widgets, and you'll go to widgets, and they got all kinds of things: view counters, gold donations, gold subscribers. But the chat, you can actually put the chat in the stream. Tons of videos on how to do this, but it's basic. And you have your Twitch and your Kick chat. Basically set this up. Down here at the bottom, you're going to hit copy. And then you're going to basically, in a scene, basically go back to your sources in OBS, and you're going to hit the plus button. And you're going to hit browser. And you're going to copy and paste that link into there. Go back with Botrix, and it's great. You can go up to alerts, and you know the great thing is, you've probably seen this before on other platforms. If you haven't, this is something very important. You can upload your own image, or you can use one of theirs, and they got tons of images. You can search for them, but I mean, if we just scroll down here, got some crazy stuff. Look, Mr. Bean blowing a candle.
Oh my, Tom Cruise, a whole bunch of famous memes. You even got Beavis. Is that Michael Scott? Yeah, Michael Scott. There's just tons of stuff you can use. And that's not all of them. Like I said, you can search for anything. Like let's search something real quick here. Alien. All right, look at that. All kind. That's pretty funny there. All kinds of different alien type stuff. Same thing with sounds. You can sit there and search for sounds for the alert. And again, you'll hit save settings at the bottom after you have this set up. You'll go to the top, copy this, and in your source and scene, you're going to basically hit the plus sign, hit the browser, copy and paste this into the link, and then bam, you're going to have basically that chat window, or that alert where as soon as someone follows you, you're going to have, in the scenario we saw, Mr. Bean pop up, and it'll say, hey, OG Rad, thanks for following. It's really neat. Also, they've got Kicks. Kicks is something that's coming. It's not out there yet, but that's basically, I can't remember what they call it on Twitch, but mine went blank, but that's the small little basically money they can give you. You're going to have basically where you can raid, you're going to have gift subs and then actual subs. You can have all this set up. So that way, when you are basically, in your stream, you're trying to look professional. You're going to actually look professional. You're going to look bigger than you are. You've probably heard this before. It's an old saying. You don't dress for the job that you have. You dress for the job that you want. And it's the same things with streaming. You don't stream the way you are with 0 viewers. You stream the way you want. You want to stream like the big guys. So you need to have the overlays. You need to have the alerts and widgets. And the third thing is very important. I think this is, you can find cheap cameras. And so this is more important than a camera. And that is, you got to have a good mic. And if you want a good mic, I tell you what, number one source I go to always for this stuff, and it's sort of hilarious, is basically, we're going to go over to YouTube. And that's how I basically found the mic I use. And you can go through here and they test it out. You can hear what it sounds. They have you all kinds of settings. I know YouTube's a great source. That's where you're at right now to basically have endless, line of information. So get a good mic. I couldn't hear a lot of these people. Get for the settings. I had a good mic. Didn't know my settings were way off until my buddy Total Tool told me. He's watching my streams. He says, hey man, you got to set up that mic right. They're not sounding good. What kind of cheap mic do you have? I didn't have a cheap mic. I had a $100 mic. So I'm like, what's going on? So anyway, get a good mic, learn how to set it up in OBS. And one last thing I'm going to tell you to do, and you sort of inferred this from everything I'm talking about today, and that is, and I'm going to put it on the list, but you've got to basically find channels like mine that's going to sort of teach you how to grow your channel. I'm going on a journey myself on how to do that, and I'm taking you along with me on this journey. But you yourself need to look at other people. That's why you'll see a lot of my streams, or not streams, but a lot of my videos here on YouTube is basically for the purpose of finding other people who are successful and you and I learning what we can basically learn from them so we too can become successful. So stay on YouTube. Lots of good advice. And speaking of other people on YouTube, don't forget to follow me. Like this video, helps in the algorithm. We all know that, but follow me. And actually, if you click like, it also will tell you more likely that I've got a new video coming out, which I'm doing lots of them on this exact topic. So if you want to learn how to grow your Kick channel and like this, know what to stop doing, well, follow me. Also, don't forget, wrong site, right here on Kick, follow me, OG_BRAD. On Kick, I basically play Fortnite 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Love to have you join me. Love to get to know you. So remember what we got to stop doing. Stop looking amateurish by getting some overlays, learning a production about how to use OBS. I might make another video on this. Alerts and widgets on Kick. Tons of videos on how to use that botrix, however you pronounce it, botrix. I don't know. Don't know how to say it. It's a mystery, I told you. No one really knows. Using that, it's a great tool, man. It is very, very powerful. And they got a premium that actually I don't pay for, but you might well want to look into it. They have a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not that hard to use with OBS, but it's fantastic. The third thing, get a good mic. Want people to hear you, because you're usually a little square on your window or, your playing window. They don't need to see you too well. You don't need an expensive, crazy camera. You can actually basically have a okay camera. If you got that good mic, you definitely want them to hear you. If you got tips on what things that people should stop doing, well, comment below. I'd love to hear them. I might make a whole nother video on this. If you see what zero and people who are streaming to 0 viewers or 1 viewer or 2 viewer, the really small guys who are wanting to explode, something they should stop, comment below. In the meantime, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to follow me here and on Kick.